The ColorLogic system works accurately because we have characterized all of our colors and our decorative effects based on what the printing press can do. So we've basically studied all major press manufacturers, whether that's printing with white ink or silver ink or toner, and we then built a system around it. So all of our algorithms in our plugins, all the color formulations in our swatch books are based around what the press can achieve. So from there, we now know what is achievable with the machine. We can now use those tools to do color separation. So that could be in Illustrator, like we're in now, to show you. We could be packaging labels, etc., using our dedicated metallic palettes. Could be in InDesign as well, but today we're going to demonstrate how to do the image separation that we did for Printing United on your files. So as a quick demonstration to compare against how white ink is usually done versus what we do with ColorLogic, on the left hand side we have the traditional old-fashioned white ink mask. Now that basically means you have to create a separation where you want to see the white. Now you can't see white on a computer screen if you make it white. So for anybody that's not familiar with this, if I make it white and then I switch on my file, you cannot see your white separation because white set to overprint or multiply goes transparent. Therefore, we're all taught that basically we should create a spot color called white and we should make it like blue, for example. That's the most commonly used one. So now we see the white, but it's blue. So all your whites are blue, all your images contaminated by blue colors, you can't really see the intent of the design correctly. Now what normally happens is people basically put metallic in everything else. So in this background area, for example, you would have the silver substrate and that's it. So you'd have silver substrate and white. And it's quite a crude way of working. You get these kind of like hard edges. There's no photorealism, there's no shading, and quite honestly, it looks quite terrible. Now with ColorLogic, on the other hand, this image here, we have the ColorLogic separation. So you can see the image on the right actually looks right. It looks correct. And it looks correct because we're using our plugins. So first of all, we have a plugin from the plugin menu. It's an Adobe UXP based plugin. The image separation algorithms have been developed, like I said, based on what the press can do. So it takes into account things like ISO standard for the CMYK. And then calculates the optimum effect for the pixels in the image based on all these different properties. Yellow is more translucent than a blue. You need less metallic in the yellows than you do into the cyans. There's an anti-screen clash algorithm built in there. There's a whole range of complexity. But what it basically means is all you have to do is create metallic separation. So we've done one here. We've got the separation done. So the silver is the silver substrate. The white is the white ink mask. So unlike comparing it against the old-fashioned method, our separation shows you the silver substrate and the white, whereas the old-fashioned method doesn't show you a silver substrate, doesn't show you white. So what's the more logical thing? Design where you can see the effect correctly, accurately, with color separations that generates photorealistic separations. You've got tonal shading throughout there. It's not 100% white, it's not 100% silver substrate. We create tonal ranges based on our algorithms. So that means that we have these photorealistic separations. Now the next thing we're going to do is show you how we did it on your actual file, so we can show you how the plugin worked and what we did to it. We will then take that file and render it in the FX viewer, which we use to see the metallic effects, and then we can then see what the final printed result was like. Okay, so let's jump into it. Okay, so to separate this image, it's going to be extremely simple. We're going to go to the plugin menu, ColorLogic, Image Effects. Then we're going to press the Create Metallic Separation button. That's going to analyze the image and calculate the optimum metallic effect for each pixel in the image based on its hue value. Now, what that means is it's created a separation for you. And the separation has different tonal values of the metallic effect. Now, you don't want everything to be metallic, so you're going to have to make a mask. I've created one here earlier. And I'm just going to delete what I don't want to white. So basically, whatever is white is going to be the white ink, and everything that's silver will be the silver substrate. We can also do a boost, so we can boost up the metallic effect in different areas if we want to. So I'm just going to add a little bit extra pop in there, a bit more metallic effect. So now we have our image done, but the problem is silver substrates are quite dark. They've got about 30% black to them. So you can see here, by adding on that metallic layer, it's going darker. So we're going to do a little bit of a color retouching here. Now this is one of the things that we do with ColorLogic. It's not just about having the speed and the accuracy of our palettes, our plugins, our swatch books, our viewing tools. It's about training and education, things that you won't get taught anywhere else. So for example, we're going to flatten the image down, we're going to convert it into CMYK, and we're going to do some color retouching based on the CMYK. And the reason we're doing CMYK is that it's a lot easier doing it in CMYK than RGB, because RGB is an additive color system, but we won't get into that just yet. What we're going to show you is we're going to make a selection of the ColorLogic pixels. We're going to go and make a new color correction layer for brightness and contrast. On the brightness level, we're going to change that to 30, and that basically is going to brighten the image through the ColorLogic pixels, meaning it's only affecting where the ColorLogic separation is going to be. So from there, what we're also going to do, the same thing again, make a selection, go into the base layer. We're going to go to make a new mask. This time it's going to be hue and saturation. And on the saturation, we're going to hit that up by about 15 points. So what we're doing there is we're compensating for the greyness of the metallic substrate. So instead of it being dark and grey, we're basically brightening it and adding a little bit of colour, because metallic substrates are extremely reflective and quite overpowering. So it can kind of like counteract the colour in the image. So we can teach things about this. Now it's subjective. You don't want to do it on every single image. Not every image wants it in there. But these are tips and tricks that you will learn when you're working with the ColorLogic system. These are also non-destructive layers, so we can switch them off if we want to. All we have to do now, save that file, bring it into Illustrator, into your page layout program, save a PDF, and then bring it into the FX viewer to see what those effects are going to look like. And that's what we're going to do next.